Hey everybody, it's Tripl-L coming in to watch Shield Hero episode 25. I remembered it. As you can see, slightly different setup. I've reorganized the room. We're also doing this as a live reaction because it's the final episode. We should do that. We respect Shield Hero enough to do that. I can't hear myself well without that. Anyway, yeah, guys, hey, welcome. It's going to be a fun one. Shield Hero episode 25 with the finale. I expect there to be extreme rushing. I'm very happy reading the comments from last week that there was a lot of weird things going on. I'm happy to have that confirmed. It's going to be a great time. I'm excited. You know, in terms of, I guess we could talk about this at the end in terms of like whether or not this last arc is a good adaptation. Yeah, because there were some comments that I also want to kind of talk about, but we'll do that in the discussion part. So anyway, let's just get into it. Let's watch the episode. It's going to be Larc versus Naofumi and Glass. Let's see what happens. Oops, I started way too deep. Let's just start back at the beginning here. Yeah, alright. As you can see, I'm also like mixing the format. I'm thinking maybe if I have like a little frame around the episode, it won't get detected as easily. We'll see. I also have a comment about the Queen, because someone had a comment on last week's video that we'll talk about at the end. Little does she know that Naofumi has significantly leveled up. Oh, and the Soul Eater shield is so neat, man. Oh, and someone told me that she isn't actually a hero. Thank you for that. Thank you for letting me know, or confirming. I haven't read this part yet, so not fully aware. Now, someone also pointed it out. Melty is horrifically under-leveled because Melty's not supposed to be part of this arc. And it's like, yeah, this is... yeah. Like, they're doing it because it's the finale. Actually, that also tells you, like, the anime is kind of biased towards Melty. Because if they're giving her more time than she got originally, it's because, like, the anime probably likes her. I'm not sure if this is actually how it went. Because I read the manga the other day. I can't remember if this is how it went. The hero of the fan? Oh, the fan hero, yeah. A vassal wielder. The animation doesn't look that impressive. It makes me feel like maybe for like a 5-minute stretch they'll like ramp it up. Man, some people have the time to look away from a fight like But on what principle is she weak to it? Oh! How did she know that the shield could suck out... Well, I guess it was from a Soul Eater. Is Glass a ghost? That sounds like something a ghost would say. That's like a haunting... Oh, okay. I love that they can stop their fight and that they can hear this happening from across an ocean. Oh no. Alright. It's the final episode. We have to talk about this because this is just like this is, how do I say it? This is just something that anime studios do because they think they have to do it. Notice, we're having the flashback montage. We're talking about this other world that Naofumi's in here. It's a total narrative technique just to drum up suspense like, hey guys, look, this is the whole journey that Naofumi's been on. Every little moment. Now they're probably gonna like weasel it in like, oh yeah, Naofumi actually likes this world. Oh, well this is cool. Well, that's cool. Again, I do like the music track. I love that the scythe looks so small now. I wish I knew how Raphtalia could jump across an ocean like that. Okay, so like Raphtalia is reminding us of everything that she has at stake here. You know, she has to remind us of her character arc because again, it's the final episode. The anime feels the need that they have to drum this up a little bit. This line is just interesting because now that we have another world in the picture, it's a question of, well, Raftalia's not going to let anyone in the current world suffer, but what about the other world? What was Raftalia going to do about the other world? There's multiple victims involved here now. Mind you, I do think this is really interesting when you consider like the ending of Raftalia, I think, in the web novel. But it's a cool line. It's a cool line, but I think there's like some problems with it. Because they're pretty much saying that they'll screw over the other world with that line. Oh. Okay, you know, again, that's just a line there to like make you feel like, oh yeah, these are the friends that I made over the course of this journey. I wish she had her squirrel suit. Oh, meteor shield. Right, okay, got it. Oh, she's gonna be drunk. You still got a minute, Larc. You could do a lot in a minute. Like, worlds have been saved in a minute. Meanwhile, those guys are just absolutely useless. The queen coming in there. Please. Oh, I feel bad for her, though. I just want to reread the manga, because, like, something about that just felt so off. Okay, I just read or skimmed the manga. Yeah, this was terrible. Comparatively, this is terrible. They're dropping things because it's the final episode and they feel they can get away with it. But a one-to-one comparison between the anime and the manga, the anime is terrible. Because again, like the anime, they have this weird adherence to anime convention. You know, like, if it's the final episode, you gotta drum up something. If you want to make Naofumi the idealistic hero, you have to make him have that whole little moment of reflection where he thinks about the world that he's in. And it's such a waste of time. Because when the anime does it, they fail horribly. In terms of, like, you know, maintaining the logic. And, like, even separating Naofumi and Raftalia. Like, the reason that whole scene looks so strange, where you have people suddenly jumping across wild distances, or where you have people somehow being able to hear from across wild distances. It's awkward and it doesn't work because the anime just changes things to make certain things look... It's weird. Like, why didn't they have the scene of glass splitting the ocean? Or did I miss it? Yeah, no, I look back just now and it's like, no, man, this is... It's just, the anime makes such weird choices. But again, anime-only viewers... You have nothing. You're not really losing out on anything. You're just not getting to see characters be cool. That's all. Oh, I love this though. Can't they teleport? Ah, whatever. Oh, I love how the fish represent the different worlds. You know, that's the symbolism there. Haha, Philo. In some ways, I'm bothered that we're gonna spend 11 more minutes in just wrap up. I mean, I usually love epilogues, but this just feels like it doesn't feel like a good epilogue. Oh, this is probably they're gonna like try and like wrap in the green-haired girl. And of course, there's that commonality. Although I think this also happened in the original story. It's just like she's been treating like shit in the anime. Think about what he just said there. Her stealing the spotlight in the wave. I want you to think very carefully about what that girl did in the anime for them to be able to say that she stole the spotlight. Because really, she got dragged around by Melty and she showed up on top of a barrel when the queen, and you know, the queen saw it. Like, that whole thing about her stealing the spotlight, that's a line that comes from the light novel, and the anime botched why she stole the spotlight. What did she do? You know what? We'll talk about that at the end. Because that's stupid. I love that they're talking about training other people's party members as well. Very interesting that they put that there as a line. I can't wait to get to the end of this episode. I can't wait. Because I just think that's such a bold-faced lie to say that she saved everyone with what they showed. Ah, best part. Alright. I wonder if she's gonna get a costume. The good thing is, like, the more that the Shield Hero anime ruins things, the more I can talk about it. Oh. I wonder what's gonna happen. Maybe they're going to Raphtalia's town. Probably just rebuilt it or something. Those seagulls, man. Oh no, they haven't rebuilt it. Didn't we see him last time? Didn't we see him here last time? I'm pretty sure when they came here and they met Larc, I'm pretty sure Van was here too. Right? Because he was hiding out here. Such that her asking, "Hey Van, why are you here?" when you know he's hiding out there, just feels kind of stupid. Or am I just mixing stuff up? I might be mixing. You know what? I might be mixing stuff up. I might be wrong. This is cool. Oh, this is cool. Oh, town building, town building. This is cool. I like this, man. I like this. This is a cool idea. I wonder where we're gonna see Sadina. I think that's her name, Sandina or something like that. I love that we're going into town building. I love that. Okay. 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 That's season 2. That's season 2. Oh, it's the guy. It's the medicine guy. You know, I might also be like a bit too critical, but I really think that this is just the anime doing anime things. Like, I don't want to take this away. Like, this is probably something that occurred in the novel, because they, like, let's face it, if the anime actually tried to divert from the novel in massive ways, they'd be failing like epically. So I don't think this is too bad. I think this is fine. And I do love town building, man. It's so fun. It's just, I know we go into the turtle arc after the island arc. Nah, that's the thumbnail. And like, again, you can see how much attention they just put into the animation. So the book opening here, this is effectively a bookend, because you remember the story of Shield Hero starts with Naofumi opening a book, and you know this book is opening as well at the end. And since the opening of a book represents, you know, the transference of the world, that's why when she's talking about Naofumi leaving the world, there's an open book. Again, the anime is like, I bet the anime is like, oh man, I'm gonna be so smart with this symbolism. And it's like, you guys are just. That's that. Like, most people aren't gonna like realize it. So like, it is pretty cool. I do respect it. Did you guys not find that funny? let's just go back. Let's go back. I mean, that's meme. That's meme potential. I gotta write that one down. I mean, come on. That's such a funny image. Such a funny shot of her. I'm gonna save that. Again, like, these are a series of lines happening because it's the end of the episode. Like, as an anime product, like, it's pretty alright. Oh, you know what? That's a pretty good one, because Naofumi there is blushing. That's a pretty good one. I'm all for it. I'm into it. That's one thing I do appreciate. The anime is, like, really ramping up the shipping. Ah, that's cute. I know her future. I do like this though. Like, the town building and the shipping was pretty nice. Of course, the Japan flag. Oh, the story continues. Man, I'm all for shipping, man. Like, that was good. I haven't checked to see if season 2 is confirmed, but like, chances are it is. If High School DxD, I am pretty sure this is a sequence from the first episode. This just makes the events of season 2, this is gonna make those 3 guys seem so much worse than they actually are. It'd behoove you to keep it. That one's very interesting stuff, man. Oh! Shadows and the Slave Merchant. That was a weird scene. That was a really weird scene. Oh man, there's like a lot of good Raftalia Naofumi shots. Like, holy crap. I'm so into it. Like my little heart. My little heart just is beating out of my chest. Alright, man, like, flat out, I don't think this is a good No, it's a good episode. On the anime side, it's a totally good episode. On the adaptation side, it's terrible. They've compromised too much. They've changed too much, such that events in Season 2 are going to have to continue changing. Otherwise, people are going to look really, really stupid. But that seems to be what the anime wants to do. Like, that's been the MO of the anime beyond the church arc. It's just been turning or bastardizing characters and making them less than what they actually are. Okay, so we're just looking over. Okay, this is what they're saying the girl did. Okay, so just to go through this of like the sequence of events, I was a little bit too harsh because she did do something, but that's like not what actually happened. So in this one, in the anime iteration, we're gonna just go with this one because I think this is like the most ridiculous part. Okay, so she uses her magic to launch the barrels into the air. So that is a pretty active role, and then Naofumi breaks it apart. In the original iteration, at least for the manga, what she did was she showed up to the queen and she told the queen to do it. She told the queen to use the barrels. So what ended up happening was that the queen and their group, they launched the barrels into the sky and the queen breaks it with her magic and then they dump everything over it. So here you have two very different situations. On one side, you have the queen getting the inspiration for the idea after seeing the girl float in on the barrel, and then her telling the girl to launch it up into the air, ultimately making it the queen's idea. On the other side, you have the girl telling the queen, like, hey, this is the good idea. So because of the way magic works here, the girl launching the stuff into the air, honestly, that's not as valuable because according to the manga, according to the light novel, most likely, the queen has every capability to also launch it into the air and use the magic. The value here comes from the generation of the idea. So, you know, this isn't a big thing, but it's just showing you little things that the anime does. The anime ultimately wants certain events to look almost the same or kind of the same. Like, you know, they want a net result that's more or less the same as the novel. But the way they go about it ends up either harming characters or it just makes certain things not make sense. And now with season 2, we're heading into a situation where the 3 heroes are much friendlier with Naofumi than they should be at this point in time. And the catastrophic point of season 2, to be able to justify it with the way that the heroes behave right now, it's going to be tough. Like, people are going to see the 3 heroes and they're going to think they're the biggest idiots in the world. And that's like the biggest problem that we're going into with the bastardization of this particular arc. There's just a lot of things going on that they didn't cover, and then the things that they choose to cover, they're only covering it because it's the final episode. Like, we don't need Naofumi's flashback. We don't need to see that. That's largely wasted material. In terms of the town building aspect, like, there's things that they're dropping, but I think the town building has to happen either way. And I do like it. The town building part, I do like it, but I am personally biased towards it. It's just, I want to know what was their thought process when they were thinking about all these things as they were making this final arc. Because really the problems are all stemming from this final little bit. Well, it kind of started with like the end of the... It kind of started at episode 18, where things started to get kind of weird, because they were just... They put too much focus or too much resources on things that they really don't need to put into, or don't need to focus on. But again, I want to stress that I think for anime viewers, the anime is still just fine. It's just when you know how things go, things just look stupider in the anime. Now, I wanted to very quickly just clarify some little things that were going on from the comments last week. There was one person who was commenting that maybe there was the anime had a shortened episode order, and that's why this final arc looks so weird. And just to those people, for the anime viewers, anime, if you've noticed, comes in two varieties most of the time, either 12 to 13 episodes or 24 to 26 episodes. The anime seasons are pretty much set. So if you're thinking that maybe the anime thought they were only getting 18 episodes, and that's why things got so weird in pacing, that's not the case most likely, just because anime studios generally go for either the 12 or the 24 episode orders. Other thing, someone was talking about the Queen not being able to save Melty because of some inability, and it's like the Queen is really competent. The Queen and the King are both really competent characters, and it's just you don't understand. You might not be aware of my perspective. My perspective is I've seen the characters do more, and again, like, bringing Melty into this arc is something that the anime did, and it was exceedingly stupid. In story, there's no real justification for bringing Melty, an underleveled character, into this fight. That's just another little thing there. Yeah, so those were the two comments that I wanted to address from the past week. Overall, this episode, I've been really critical of the episode. I came in, I did not come in with the best of intentions. Do I think the episode is good? Yeah, I think it's still pretty alright. But there's so many things that are left. There's so many things that are focused on that you didn't need to be focused on. There's, like, even the villains got shafted in this too. Yes, we have like a pretty alright fight with Naofumi and Glass, but like at the same time, they spend so much time with like Raphtalia, and they do so many stupid things. Like, you have Naofumi letting Raphtalia fight Larc, and then all of a sudden everyone stops, and Raphtalia has the opportunity to jump over to where Naofumi is. Like, think about that for a second. That's just anime at its worst. That's battle logic at its worst, right? Like, the fight itself isn't good. Like, they separated just for the two to have a fight on, like, or a small skirmish on a ship, and then Raphtalia gets over there. Because apparently, it doesn't matter that these guys are facing down their enemies, and their enemies are only a few feet away. Like, everyone's gonna stop to go watch what's going on the other side. And then you have, like, Glass's team not showing up over there. It looks bad, man. It looks really bad. It looks really stupid. Especially when you compare it to the choreography that occurred in the manga. The manga's choreography is 100% superior. Because the separation never happens. The separation, honestly, what is the point of separating the two parties? It's just to give Naofumi and Glass a little moment where Naofumi reflects on his life. Not good. In terms of the middle part of the episode, the middle part, it's alright. Like, it's going back to slice of life. My biggest grievance with it is really just them saying that the green-haired girl was so useful. Like, I know she's useful. I already made my point on that. She's useful in the novel, not in... I don't think it's as useful in the anime. Like, the anime will try to make a case for why it is, but it's a really weak case when you compare the original writing. But in terms of the slice of life stuff, yeah, that was perfect. I really enjoyed that. I found that really fun. I think it, again, it's still being informed by this is the ending, so we have to tick certain boxes. But I did largely like that because that was pretty cool. That said, the Raphtalia emotional outpouring, it's really good for shippers. But did we need it? Was it appropriate here? The anime, well, when you look at it, the anime spent the whole episode having Raphtalia hear what Naofumi is saying. Like, think about how often Naofumi said in this episode that he's going back to the old world, and compare that to how often he's said that in front of Raphtalia before. This isn't like some kind of slow build-up. The last time we had a build-up for Naofumi going back to the world, to his own world, I think was before episode 12. Like, in that period. That's the last time we got it. And then all of a sudden, this episode ramps up how often he is saying that. It's because the anime wants to like make you think like, oh yeah, this is a thing that's been building for a long time. But it's just them. They're like squeezing it all in because they want to just make that message bigger. And for the casual anime fan, That's probably fine. That's fine. But it's not as impressive as a slow burn that would have happened over the course of multiple episodes. But again, they want to emphasize that point, so obviously they're going to bring up the emphasis. They're going to make Naofumi say it more often. You know, like when you look at the Shield Hero anime and you compare it to the original material, you realize the Shield Hero anime is one of the best examples of an anime studio doing things that are stereotypically anime. And they go about it, they change things up. And then, as you look at it, you can see all these differences. You can see the differences are so overt that you can see what they were thinking behind the changes that they were making because of how shoddy some of the changes are and just what message they're pushing at the end. Like, this is an anime that bastardized Raphtalia, changed what her character was going through. This is an anime that bastardized Naofumi, did not want to embrace his darker characteristics, did not want to see how a character grows from it. This is the anime that bastardized the queen, and this is the anime that at the end of the day really might be setting up the heroes for a big... It might be ruining the other three heroes more than they already... Like, as bad as they are, this part makes it seem like they're even worse whenever the events of Season 2 occur. And then, you know, I think I mentioned, it was Raphtalia, Naofumi, Queen, Heroes. Oh, the green-haired girl. She's compromised. Like, she's just, like, you're missing critical parts of her character. And I don't think it's fair. It's funny. Like, it's such a great example of people trying to make something more stereotypical. That's what the Shield Hero anime is by the time that you get to episode 18 and forward. But yeah, that's my otherwise very critical review. What can I say, really? It's I came in biased. I didn't come in here expecting to be wowed by this. So that might also be informing it. That said, again, anime fans, I don't want you to feel bad for watching the anime. Like I said, it's still a technically good anime. It's just when you know what it could have been or how it goes in some other aspects, you know, you kind of lose little things to appreciate. The novelty in Shield Hero kind of goes away a little bit. But yeah, I will still make Shield Hero videos for like the next few weeks. Like, I still want to talk about a few topics, and I'll bring up a few little fact videos. So guys, keep an eye on that, and let me know what you thought down below. If this video was too negative or too critical for you, let me know as well, because I will always fine tune it in a way that, you know, we have a nice mixture. But yeah, let me know down below, and until next time, I hope you have an absolutely great day. And you know what? You know, as critical as I'm being, like, I really want to emphasize, I really did like the little bits with Naofumi and Raphtalia. That bit with the book, though, they're so heavy-handed with some of their metaphors. Oh my god. Anyway, that's it for me. Till next time. Hope you have a great day.